Hey guys, welcome back to the Lego channel. Thank you for your support as always, it means a lot. Now, I'm going to start to release a new batch of videos where I cross-examine one particular set. That set today being the Bowser's Airship 71391. So basically I'm going to cross-examine them, try and find out all its pros, all its cons, and see if it's a good investment set. So I hope you enjoy them. And if at the end of this video, if you want to suggest any sets for me to have a look at, please do. Some quick fire facts about this set. It retails at $89.99. It was released last July and it's meant to be retiring at the end of this year, which will give it a shelf life of 18 months. It's still available for sale. You can still buy it if you wanted to buy it today. You can buy it from Smith's, John Lewis at $69.99, Amazon at $65.99. Currently has a bestsellers rank of 10474, and if you put that number 10474 into Jungle Scout Amazon sales calculator, it gives us back an estimate of sales of 150 per month. And if you want to have a look at a on eBay, for example, how many of sets are on how many of this set is on eBay at the moment? So then there's 39, which is pretty good. It's not the lowest it could be, but you know, it could be higher than that. And obviously we expect when the set retires for loads of third-party sellers to put their stock onto eBay. But I still like to look at that number because if, for example, there was 500 of this set on eBay right now, I wouldn't think it's a good investment. First impressions excuse me, of this set. I think it's quite good. I think most Mario sets are quite disjointed. They're quite messy. They're not really display pieces. They were designed for children to bring Mario to life, I guess. So I don't really know how they're going to bode well as investment pieces. But this one I think is slightly different. I think it's very displayable. I think you can easily look nice on a shelf. I think it look nice next to other Lego ships. And I think it might appeal to the adult market as well. So there could be some potential. Now, Lego has actually come out and said the Mario theme has been its most successful launch. So that makes you think it might be a good set for a Lego investor. Most successful, people are buying it, might have good sales, you know, down the line. But however, I'm about to put a table on screen to show you of the list of all the Wave 1 sets that have currently retired and what their prices are today on the resellers market. What you'll see is you'll see red for negative, so these are sets that have lost money, and you'll see green for sets that if you would have bought and sold them now, you would have made a profit. So these are all going to be based on if you bought them for recommended retail price and sold them now. So let's look at the table. Now, if you look in the table, excuse me, you will see a lot of red, big waves of red. Suggesting that most of the sets you would have made a dramatic loss if you really invested in any of these Wave 1 sets. I mean, obviously this is based on if you bought them at recommended retail price, but they're really not selling well. Like, you know, most of these like -30, -40% return on investment. So even if you got them discounted, they really wouldn't do that well. If you get to the bottom of this list, the only shining light is actually Bowser's Castle. And I wanted to bring your attention to this because out of all the Wave 1 sets, this is the only one that is currently 6 months on from retirement, making any sort of money. Making, you know, these sale prices that I put on the right are sales after fees, after postage. So this one after fees, after postage, is getting you about £100. If you bought that at retail price of $89.99, that's, you know, plus a tenner, which is quite modest, but it's still about 14% return on investment, which is better than any bank, better than better than a bank, better than any stock market. So, you know, it's not awful, but it's not great either. But I wanted to bring your attention to this because I believe this set has similarities to the Bowser's Airship that we're looking at today. One being that they both have the same retail price of $89.99. The second being that they both have the same similar shelf life. This one, as I said, came out last July and is going this Christmas, whereas Bowser's Castle came out the previous August and went last Christmas. So similar shelf life, so about 18 months. But also the fact that both of these sets throughout their entire kind of lifespan have been heavily discounted. I think when this set first came on the market, it was reduced from like 90 to 60 at Tesco straight away. And as I've said, even though today you can still get it for at Amazon for $65.99, and that is very similar to what happened with the Bowser's Castle. Throughout its whole life, even though it was retailed at 90, just like this one, it was very, very often priced at £60. So I find that very interesting, because for me personally, if I'm buying a set for £60 and then 6 months later I can sell it for £100 after fees, after posting, whatever, and make £40, which works out at 66% return on investment. I don't know what you guys are thinking, what you want to achieve on your Lego investments, but for me personally, if I can make that sort of return in 6 months, I'd pretty happily accept that for all my investments. Now we've got to think to ourselves: is the Bowser's Airship going to repeat the same success as Bowser's Castle? Well, that's what we want to try and find out, right? Now, it's very important to note, because another Lego theme, Angry Birds, those sets came out. They weren't that greatly received, and today they're still not worth that much money. I mean, they also released a ship, and that retailed about £60, and I think today you can still pick it up less than that. And I mean, I think these sets came out about 5-6 years ago, so they're just not appreciating. So we don't want the Mario sets to follow that same pattern if we've invested in them, right? Obviously, Angry Birds and Mario are different beasts. The Mario franchise is infinitely more popular, so I think it will do better than that, but it's just something to be aware of. And in addition to that, this one is a ship. We want to talk about licensed Lego ships. I mean, I know there's been several Pirates of the Caribbean. There's been the Black Pearl. There's been Silent Mary, Queen Anne's Revenge. There's been a Lord of the Rings ship. And these sets are just really, really gone up in value. So we've got to think to ourselves, is this one going to do the same? Now, I don't know. I really don't know. I put this video out there to basically try and gauge your reaction. Are you going to buy it? Is it on your list of sets to invest in? Were you aware of this set? If you are and you've got it, please let me know in the comments. I'm not sure. I've got a few, but I don't know whether to go big or go small. So I thought I'd bring this set to your attention, because I think it could be one that does go under the radar and could just take off. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did like it, please give it a like and a subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.